Alright guys, Jason, Unbreakable Strength and Health, back again with another video. Tonight I want to just mention very briefly a phenomenon that I see quite often on YouTube, and what it is, it's people who are on in years between perhaps 45 and 55 onwards. When you hear what they say and read what they write in comment sections when the topic of age and strength training comes up, they seem to have this attitude across the board, overwhelmingly, that when they get to a certain age, because they're at that age, they just can't do it. The reasons for this is, when you examine it, they feel discomfort in joints, soft tissue, etc., which is, in my opinion, when I question them or I've interacted with them about it, it's not actual damage to the structure in as much as arthritis or osteoarthritis or wearing away of the joint. It's the discomfort from inflammation, which I think, I'm almost certain, is from the selection of the wrong exercises. And many times these people haven't trained solid through the younger years. They've came and have gone, they've trained for maybe 10 years as a younger man, and they left the gym for whatever, work reasons, career, family, whatever, and then they come back and they think that they can resume with things like hack squats, leg extensions, skull crushers, lateral raises when they are 45 plus, and you tell them that they shouldn't, and they see it as like an insult, but it's not really. It's because the very real fact of, as we get old, we don't recover as well, so you've got to use your intelligence to work around this, which is where the rotation of certain exercises come in that's fit your biomechanics and are safer. Obviously always include the basic barbell exercises, strength tests, but other exercises, smaller ones that are quite much easier on your body, can be used to build the muscle up. But not so much getting into that, it's just the mindset behind it that makes people think that, and it's actually a mindset, and it's a lack of actual knowledge, and this over enthusiastic approach, which will invariably lead them down the path of soreness and incapacity, which is what I'm seeing all the time. And it's quite a phenomenon, because I can't seem to communicate with them to get them to understand it. They think that if someone isn't injured and banged up at that age, then they must be using lots of PEDs or whatever. It's never the fact that they're selecting the wrong exercises. And it really is worth mentioning, because I think on social media and YouTube especially, most of the content is aimed at younger people, as we all were. Obviously, we've all been young, and you are more indestructible when you're younger, for the obvious reasons, and it's not seen as an older man's area, really. That's why it's so well, not unpopular, but it's not the in thing on YouTube. It doesn't get the exposure because it's just not as sexy, if you like. And I'm just trying to make this video. I want to make this video to try and get across to people, even if they're young, that you're going to get to this point yourself. You've got to look at it from a long-term perspective. Really selecting, if you want a lifetime of lifting weights and being strong. I mean, when I started lifting weights, I was most impressed by the current strongest men and the powerlifters, but also the guys that had been there and they were within 75 to 80% of what they were at their best when they were in the 60s and the 70s. Like John Grimmett could do reps with 400 pounds when he was in his early 70s. Doug Hepburn could press 350 pounds when he was in his 60s, overhead press, and squatting 590, and it was 600 pounds when he was really, really old. And this wasn't drug use. It was just it was lucky genetics mainly, but they still knew how to train properly. And I see such a lot of I wouldn't say ignorance, although it is really, it sounds a bit harsh, but you need to investigate and learn about how to train and using the right lifts for you, keeping vertical shins on squats, not trying to mimic genetic freaks at squats like Tom Platz. People see Tom Platz and they like perhaps his leg development, so they'll try and squat like him, and they've got to understand he's one in 100 million. Everyone else, most people, 99.99% of them, have to train in a different way if they want longevity. And this is what I'm trying to achieve myself. Coming back off a quadricep tendon rupture, which I've got back from fairly quick. I can do box squats now with a vertical shin without any pain whatsoever in 5 months. If I tried to do a Tom Platt squat or a high bar Olympic squat, I wouldn't be able to do it. I'm almost guaranteed that, because I haven't got the levers for it, and you most probably haven't too, using that as an example. So if you stumble across this video and you are getting on in years and you think you're injured, which is what most people think when you say, "Oh, I'm injured at my shoulder, my back," unless you've had it diagnosed as officially wear and tear in the form of arthritis or osteoarthritis or whatever, degeneration of the joint, unless you've had that properly scanned and definitely confirmed, it's most likely just a muscle imbalance or poor posture, and you've actually turning away the possibility of having a really good experience as you go through life. You won't age as badly if you can keep being strong. So if you stumble across this video, try and understand what I'm trying to get across. Any comments, if you agree, disagree, or anything else to add, leave them in the comment section. As always, thanks for watching. Train hard but keep safe. Thanks very much.